Hey everyone, welcome in week 2 of the NABZ Reg F Draft League with VGC drafts and week 2. This is the Maryland Blue Crabbies and we're up against the Pastoria City Pranksters, piloted by Aloe. Won week 1 match very convincingly, and we've got a tough matchup here in front of us. Just dig right into their team. They drafted Urshifu Rapid Strike right off the bat with the first round pick, and if you've played any amount of VGC, then you know that this thing is just a menace. Water typing is great, and fighting stab is great, and it says nothing of the ability Unseen Fist that makes it go through protect and detect, and then the ability Surging Strikes to critically hit, ignore defense boosts, that kind of stuff. Just the entire team building process is warped around the presence of Urshifu. It's unfortunate that, it's a closed team sheet format, so we don't know what Terra it's going to have, and we have to deal with the possibility of it being choice scarf, choice band, or to have detect or sash, sash and detect probably. These things are problematic, so we kept it in mind as we built, and let's see what else this team brings. Incineroar, another incredibly annoying Pokemon that warps the way that you team build. Countless videos, countless team builds have gone over the function of this Pokemon. I'm not going to go too far into it. I would say that what impacted me the most is the presence of Fake Out and Intimidate, and trying to build the team to play around both of those things. Durus Incarnate. I'm not gonna lie, I don't play a lot of VGC. I've never played any VGC, and I was unaware that this. Basically, I prepped for the Intimidate version of this Pokemon, not realizing that it was the special one. So, sure that didn't have any consequence in the match that we went to. This guy, ground and flying type, or unique typing, has a life orb because it has sheer force. Interaction between that ability and that item, if you don't know, basically you get the upside of life orb without the downside, so pretty good. Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, Protect, Sandseer Storm, and there's Nasty Plot. Thwacky. This pick went in round 4. No, it was 7 points of this draft, conflating it with the other draft that I had. Thwacky, like a little mini version of Rillaboom for less than half the cost. Still a strong Pokemon, and we're thinking through the stuff that it has. All right, Thwacky. At 7 points, he's less than half the cost of Rillaboom, and you still get more than half the value. So I like this pick. You do have to kind of use Eviolite on it. I guess you could still use Assault Vest, but Eviolite's probably a better option unless it's contested or something. But still gets, very chalky team here, right? Between Urshifu and Incin and a Rillaboom clone. And we can kind of see then that rounds out the Fire, Water, Grass core really easily to kind of see what he was going for building this team and why it's such a threat. Volbeat, very good prankster Pokemon here. Has access to Tailwind and Taunt, Encore. Light Screen only, not Reflect. I think that's true. And it gets various weather moves too. Thunder Wave. Very good. Often carries a Focus Sash. I have it written on the slides here. It's not really like a VGC Pokemon. The slides pull from VGC data. But Volbeat is very strong. I use it or Illumise on in my drafts. My other draft league, the Reg G League, that you should check out. I have Volbeat in that league, and actually just had a very good match. I recorded that one, and it's coming out probably within a few days of this video, too. Wojan, another Pokemon I have in that Reg G lead I just mentioned, but great one-pointer. Still has 125 special attack stat, for a one-point Pokemon. It gets, the ability to do Trick Room and some of the Trick Room things that you want, like Imprison, Cast Screens. It gets Gravity. Not that his team needs that, but it does get that. And so, it can set Trick Room, and it can operate under Trick Room as a threat. Very solid. Makes me consider, between Volbeat and Wojan, you have to consider how you're going to tackle Speed Control and what he's going to bring for Speed Control. Electivire, great user of Follow Me in this format, and it kind of has the upside of being, it's a little less tanky like Electabuzz and or Magmar, but it has the benefit of really high attack stat and special attack, good special attacks too, things like Electro Web and Thunderbolt, which also gets access to Feint, which is not as widely distributed as I used to think it was, so nice to have. Strong Pokemon, and kind of covers all of his weaknesses here too, really solid team here by Aloe. Doing Sneasel, excuse me. So there's some contention here for that Eviolite, as I kind of mentioned, and Focus Sash, really, between all these low cost Pokemon, which happens when you take things like Urshifu and Incineroar. you kind of have to go cheap at some of the other slots. And Fighting Poison, I think, very chalky team, like I've said. I think we all know what Sneasel does. Sneasler, and Sneasel does just about the same stuff. Suing Zorak, like, it's in there just, I feel like it's in there just make team building more difficult on you. You always have to, like, consider, Zorak, is it not, is it coming, you know, does this Pokemon learn Hyper Voice? Like, you know, and still, like, my brain doesn't work when you get hit by Hyper Voice. I forgot that Thwackey gets Hyper Voice or something. It's a Zorak. And Metagross, good Pokemon here. Really, really good defensive typing, hard to kill. Really tanky with an Assault Vest too, as you can see with the already really high defense. Then the special Assault Vest would bring that special defense up to 145 base. Makes it very tough to deal with, and a respectable HP stat too. Great, you know, kind of hard to come across Steel and Psychic Stab drafts, and it's just solid Pokemon with great defenses and can hit decently hard. So, what are we going to do? You know, what was my thought process going in? It's the team. Well, I was thinking that he had two sources of Intimidate, being Incineroar and Landorus. Come to find out, planned for the wrong Landorus. That's okay. But I sought to make the team immune, or at least to minimize the impact that Intimidate would have against us. So, started out team building focused on Iron Hands with a Clear Amulet to avoid the impact of Intimidate. Give it Flying, Terra type of Flying, in order to avoid things like Earth Power or Earthquake from Landorus, and some other Pokemon learned Earthquake too, I think, Metagross, that kind of stuff. We maxed out the attack by doing Adamant and 252, and maxed out the HP stat because just being bulky, and we did special attack nature. We're not like, there was no need to do negative speed, just the way that the speed tiers worked out. Went Drain Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Fake Out. So even though I'm not wearing Assault Vest, still went with 4 attack moves. We needed the coverage. Fire Punch for little Thwackey and for Metagross, Ice Punch for Landorus, and then Drain Punch to have like a good stab. And Fake Out's coming. Graph, we're still doing our looking to set Trick Room. We bring it modest again, and you know, have some special attack investment here. But we did go more physically defensive here. Seeing a theme, you're going to see a theme here as throughout the team builder of physically defensive Pokemon. Thinking that, you know, threats like, let's just pull it back up. Look at his whole team here. And imagine that Landorus was physical. Pretty much everything that threatens you is physical, other than like Electivire, Zoroark, and Duosion. So my thought process going into this was pretty much everybody was going to be physical. Lead defensive, that is. That's a special Landorus. Electivire gets Follow Me. This is the wrong thing, excuse me. We did a physically defensive Farigiraf with Terra type of Fairy, and gave it a Throat Spray item. Gave it its 2 stab moves in Hyper Voice and Psychic with Shadow Ball for basically hit Metagross. Metagross, just by virtue of being on the team, forced a move slot on like half or more of the team because it has so many different resists. Ursaluna Blood Moon comes. Terra type of Water as a defensive Terra type, and we did Silk Scarf this time. Not doing Life Orb, just wanting the extra survivability. Did go for the reduced speed, the 0 speed EVs rather. Made it modest, maxed out the special attack. We're hitting as hard as we possibly can. Yes, save a Life Orb. And doing it with a very standard set, Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, Earth Power, and Protect. Dragonite comes with Inner Focus to make it immune to Intimidate. And then we put a Choice Band on it and maxed the attack, and we are going to hit as hard as we can. The Choice Band. I did opt for Outrage here. I felt like I was at a kind of a disadvantage in the matchup, and I had to get a little lucky on Outrage, like hitting the right target, but it just does so much more than Dragon Claw. It just felt like it was worthwhile. So we brought Outrage. I've said it before, I'm not a VGC player. I haven't played with Dragonite, you know, and it gets a lot of different sets. So I'm still playing around to see what I like the most. I wanted to try out the Choice Band set. We did Terra Normal Extreme Speed for ability to do that. You know, if this thing comes out under an opposing Tailwind or during our own Trick Room, we can still have priority attack. A Terra type, Choice Band, Extreme Speed, nothing wants to take that. And Zoroark. We have Air Ace, an Ice Spinner for cover. Trevenant comes, being an alternate setup of Trick Room, either him or Farigiraf. Physically defensive, as you can see, we maxed the defense, even did a relaxed nature with a negative speed. Only attacking move is going to be Foul Play. We're doing Ally Switch. I want to try this move out. I haven't used it before. I've drafted Pokemon with it, but never found a use for it. But it's like a mini version of Follow Me. You know, it seems like it should be like just as good as Rage Powder, maybe. Not just as good, but it should be similar to Rage Powder. You know, in that it's a conditional Follow Me. I don't know. I wanted to try it out. Will-O-Wisp to burn the physical threats, and we're going to set Trick Room. We put a Rocky Helmet on him, thinking, you know, hey, if it's kind of like Follow Me, get some damage in, especially against that. Urshifu hits it 3 times, takes 3 times the damage. Terra type of Fire to defensively Terra against something. Gyarados. We bring our own Intimidate. This is the only Pokemon susceptible to Intimidate on our team. But a Terra type of flying and leftovers made it very bulky, defensively impish, max HP too. So this is like a almost no attack investment. We're with leftovers. We're looking to stick around for a while, maybe, and just, you know, attack with moves that can freeze and flinch and reduce defense, that kind of stuff with like decent like secondary effects, and try and live a long time. I did want the flying type attack on it, so we went with Flying Terra Blast. The summary, but us, you know, that's the overall game plan, and let's get into week 2 match. Alright, and here we are for week 2 of the NABZ Draft League. We're up against Aloe this week, and they've got a good team, tough to prep against. Lando, this is kind of what we, mostly what we were thinking, really, that would come. I think we prepped maybe a little bit more. Who was it? Electivire maybe replaced someone
we had
else.
Duosion, just as
like an anti-trick room. Yeah. All right, well, you know, we kind of built the team to be resilient to Intimidate. So I think we can open with an opening like that. Maybe like Iron Hands Trev.
I think that's a very strong opening, yeah.
It's whether or not we want the Gyarados for Intimidates too. Just playing that game. It's harder with Electivire here. So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I think trying to figure out where the clear body is in general.
Yeah, I like leading out with Trevenant. Like, we have Frisk, we get to see things.
Yeah, I think that's great. So, game 1. Let's see how they open it up. Good luck.
He's got the Lando.
Or even got Landorus in their picture.
I know, man.
Speaking of... Landorus Ensign. Okay, so this Landorus can do a lot of damage with Sheer Force, Life Orb, and lots of coverage.
Alright. It is Life Orb, and it's Covert Cloak on the Ensign.
That is great to figure out.
Alright, so we can rip a Drain Punch immediately at the Ensign, or we could Ice Punch the Lando. The Terra is Ghost on the Landorus, so yeah, he might use his Terra here. You know what I mean? Like, well, honestly, he's probably gonna fake me out. But...
Yeah, I would see Ensign fake out into Hands. Is what I'd most likely see here.
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't come, we'll do that. I'm not, you know, we don't have Protect, and unless we wanted to like Ally Switch, that's actually pretty clever.
I don't mind that for this first turn. Just throw that out.
Okay, he does probably Terra the Ghost, though, so that's unfortunate. I was hoping maybe he'd save it, thinking, well, I'm going to fake out the thing anyway. So we probably could have laid down a Trick Room instead. Ally Switch.
Nasty plot.
Ally Switch would go after fake out anyway, right? What are we doing? Hey. We did counter it, though.
Okay. Nasty plot. So that is not a... well, yeah, we knew it was Covert Cloak. So it is Parting Shot. And now a +2 Lando we kind of have to deal with.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe Trick Room's not right. Maybe that's a little greedy, huh? Do a foul play into it, and...
I think doubling into it's probably what you need.
Yeah.
Because it can probably one-shot Trev. I don't know if it one-shots Iron Hands with a move. We'll see what he's trying to do here.
Right.
Okay, and just hits both. Unfortunate.
Yeah, and we're not Assault Vest. Takes it down. Oh no. Not good.
Okay, so Ursuluna Frigoraph in the back here. I think kind of just going for as much info as possible, right? I don't think he'll use the Storm again here. So we might be able to see another move while also trying to see how much damage you can do with this Landorus. And even maybe something like a Blood Moon into Trick Room and hoping for...
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking too.
Some misses and things. Because that Sandsphere Storm is hurricane accuracy, I think.
He does have Protect and Nasty Plot. I was wondering if he was able to do that or not. Unfortunately.
So not a huge amount of coverage, and just Parting Shot onto the Ensign. So we'll see who he has in the back.
Unfortunate.
But Trick Room up.
Yep. Alright. So, I mean, even if this is like follow me type stuff, that Hyper Voice gets around it. Alternatively, I could like,
with
a Hyper Voice. Well, I kind of want a Hyper Voice to get. I want a Hyper Voice on.
For the Throat Spray, but it won't do any damage. Or
Oh
you
yeah,
Shadow
I could just
Ball.
Shadow Ball. It's just if he follows me, but it still does damage. Yeah, is it worth it to try and get the bone? No, it's let's just launch this.
Yeah, I think you just gotta
Let's follow me.
follow me.
Oh, could have just done the and a normal reduction.
On fire.
Oh, Chilean. Electivire has the normal berry. Yeah, it's very special. No miss. Alright.
No misses across the board. Okay.
Not even close.
So we have 3 of Landorus's moves.
Good.
Sands. Yeah, 80% accurate.
Yeah. Alright,
He's
well.
Ground type.
And what was it the, oh, it's Terra Ghost, so we can't fake it out. Alright, well, Game 2.
So he has Nasty Plot and Protect. So an Ursuluna just like Blood Moon start is a little dangerous because he knows, you know, last time he was able to just get the Nasty Plot off.
Yeah.
But I think a more aggressive start is something that you'll need.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm gonna bring Ursuluna and Frigoraph, Dragonite, and Gyarados doesn't do a ton here.
No, I think it's Trevenant or Hands. And it's, do you want the Fake Out or do you want kind of the Rocky Helmet route? But Landorus was your biggest issue there. Didn't really see the Urshifu. So it's probably Hands, just for Fake Out and swap into not taking as much damage.
I like it.
Okay. So last time was Landorus Ensign. Let's see if they switch it up. No.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously did very well against us.
Yeah.
Alright. So this will probably be like a parting shot at Ursaluna. You know, is he going to protect or nasty plot?
Dead.
Right, yeah. So it's like, I mean, I could protect to try and avoid that. Could also just straight Earth Power the Incineroar. Like, it's not protecting. And I think I'm laying down Trick Room.
That does well. I mean, if you're also laying out on the Trick Room, I think that's good against Protect and Nasty Plot. It's less good against him just ripping an attack, but... And if he parting shots, Earth Power will still do plenty to whatever's in the back. Oh, it's not a rig.
Interesting.
Okay. And no Terra this time, didn't need it. Full beat. Okay,
so that could be like Encore,
need...
right? Well, no. Doesn't like his ability cancel out Prankster? Like, do the moves still go off and they just lose priority, or how does it work? I don't even know.
No, he can't hit you with a Prankster move if Rig's out. He can use Tailwind Prankster, like he can use the Prankster moves.
But it can't be Encored, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Right.
Okay.
So this could be Protect, but...
Yeah, I think to avoid the Protect, I'm just gonna Hyper Voice.
Just double Hyper Voice?
Yeah, I mean, Terra Ghost, but if he uses his Terra in that manner, that's okay, I think. Because this clears the parting shot.
Okay, he can't miss Sand now.
Not gonna be enough. Citrus on the full beat.
Citrus full. Double Storm here, but can't miss now.
Same story.
So this is most likely going to be Terra.
Yeah. So what's our winning strategy here? We have a choice band on the Dragonite, so we're going to be locked into whatever we choose. We have Terra available. Terra flying, right? On Iron Hands? Yes. So that can be advantageous to us. What are we thinking on the Dragonite? Outrage is just most damage, and we'll just throw it out there. And
there's no fairies and no Terra fairies, and I think it might just need to be that.
Yeah, and then...
And I think this would be a Landorus Protect, most likely.
Yeah,
so
I just want to throw damage.
Yeah.
Maybe freeze something.
So he'll see... That doesn't do anything.
I love the balloons.
It is a great fairy animation. Alright, so it is Protect there. Maybe Outrage will go into Ensign first. But we'll see.
Brutal.
No. So 10 parting shot into the Dragonite. I think this is the same, just damage into Lando, right? And that thing has to die in Trick Room.
Yeah, at this point I have to kind of get lucky though, so I think Dragonite will move before it. So I'm gonna just Drain Punch the super effective one. Oh.
Now you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Well, eventually.
Locked into Outrage. Yep. Perfect. Reduce my damage.
Okay. So that is Volbeat down. Haven't seen the fourth. Lando's at 25-ish. Ensign's at 10, and here's Urge.
Urshifu's gonna hurt in the rain, huh? I don't have anything.
Is it try and breathe? Or burn or
go,
something?
Go for a freeze. Yeah. He's well prepped. Kind of like just got us right, and he like got us right on every like call. Did well.
Protect, so not choiced on the Ursh. Does kill Landorus.
Oh, alright. 2-turn. Trick Room's down.
Alright, Trick Room is down. And he just detected what is Urshifu's Hera? It's also water. Okay.
I'm just gonna double into it.
I think so, yeah. So I think yeah, he came with a lot of strats. That Landorus does so much damage. And got the nasty flat call right both games.
Yeah.
Differential.
Yep. Well played to him.
Yeah.
Definitely a good one. But that's alright. Now we move to 1-1, and we will just we'll plan harder for next week and get better. That was a good match. Well played. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Check it out next week. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is a brand new channel. Thanks for helping to build it up. Please just like, comment, subscribe. Help me grow this channel, and we will be posting our videos of the matches weekly. Thanks.